Hey, Sean. Good.
Yep.
Chop, have you met with the Las Vegas Raiders yet, or do you plan to? And if you were to play with that team, what would it mean to get to play with a group on the defensive line with guys like Max Crosby, Malcolm Coons?
I didn't meet with the Raiders yet, but having a D-line like that, with those guys, it'll definitely make me better, 1% better. I've been watching those guys since I was in high school, so just seeing those guys every day, seeing how they work, their routine, I'll definitely be able to pick up on that.
John, playing for a defense as loaded as yours was at Penn State, especially with Coach Diaz, how did that help your game, and what did that free you up for?
It definitely helped me a lot. We have guys like Adisa, Denai Dennison, Amin Vanderbilt, Ryan Fisher. We have guys like that on your D-line, and also we have D-tackles, Zane Durant, Hakeem, and Devon. You have guys like that all around. It's hard for a team to just focus just on you because you have other dogs that you got to worry about.
Chop, what have you been doing this offseason as far as training goes?
For training, I've just been really football-wise. I've just been trying to work on my hands and build muscle memory. I felt like I was way more inconsistent last year using my hands and just relying on my speed. So I've been working on that, being consistent with my hands and building muscle memory. I'd definitely say with my speed, showing my speed, my versatility, and dropping in the coverage and stuff like that. So that's the main thing.
What do you want to run and things like that? Do you have numbers in mind?
I definitely want to run a 4.4.
Chop, in your opinion, what makes a great pass rusher?
I would say a guy that can get off the ball, a guy with some speed, a guy that can bend crazy. I think that makes the best pass rusher, a guy that can bend and use his hands.
How much did you drop at Penn State into coverage? I mean, you didn't do that a lot, right? I mean, you were pretty much a 7 technique, 6. What did you think?
I dropped here and there. Yeah. I didn't mind it. I like dropping into the flat because sometimes you never know when the ball can be thrown to you.
Right.
So I had fun dropping in coverage and pass rushing.
Chop, you brought up Adisa. What kind of player is he?
He's a great player. He shows up every day, work hard. He teaches all the young guys. He leads by example. He's also vocal. Adisa Isaac is a great player.
How was that competition between you and him? Just like, seeing who could do better.
It was a great competition. Every day in practice, when we do our drills, we'll both be in front of the line trying to beat each other. Sometimes he'll beat me, I'll beat him. So it was a back and forth. We was making each other better.
Have you met with the Buccaneers at all during this process?
Yeah, I met with the Buccaneers. That was my first team I met with. We had a great meeting.
Is that formal or informal?
It was formal.
You got 7 siblings. Where are you, and where do you fall in that group? How old?
I have 9 siblings.
9 siblings.
So it's 10 of us all together.
Okay.
But I'm third and youngest. I have a little sister and a little brother.
Okay. So what's it like having 9 siblings and being one of the younger ones?
It's crazy. All your older siblings are trying to bully you when you're young.
Yeah.
But it definitely shaped me into the man that I am today.
Chop, we'll take you back to your high school days, Quince Orchard High School in Maryland, 2018 state champion, 25-2 over 2 years there. What was your biggest takeaway from that experience with the guys?
Honestly, I would say with my coach, Coach Kelly, the way he went about things, he was professional. Even being in high school, he came up with a routine for us. So just having that routine since high school and learning from him, it definitely helped me to this day.
Gaithersburg, NFL player Stephon Diggs is from Gaithersburg. You don't know? You don't ever met him? Know him at all? Or no?
I met him a few times when I was back at Maryland. He played for the same team that I played for.
Right. Oh.
You met with the Eagles yet?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
What do you make of the Micah comparisons that you get? You like it?
Yeah, I like Micah. I've been watching Micah since I was in high school. He also played at Penn State. See how hard he plays. He's very relentless. He's very consistent with everything he does. So I just try to play my game after him.
Chop, what's the biggest?
Have you talked to him and things at all? Or?
I talked to him during the season, but we haven't talked about this.
Chop, what's the biggest way you feel Dion Barnes made you a better football player?
Coach Dion, he pushes me every single day. He never cared about the good plays, really. He really just focused on the bad plays, help you learn from your mistakes, just try to make you better no matter what was going on. Even if you felt like you did everything right, he'll find some little detail, and that made me a better player who I am today.
What's it about this program that's able to put productive defensive linemen out to the NFL?
I would say just the mindset that defensive players have. Everybody has to make the same mindset. Everybody just wants to win. And we feel disrespected when somebody scores, so we just try to go out there and win.
Have you met with Pittsburgh yet, either formal or informal?
I haven't met with Pittsburgh yet.
Do you plan on it?
I don't have him on my list.
Like for you to get off the speed off the edge. What are some of the other things about your game that you feel will complement?
I definitely say my bend, and being able to dip my shoulder after using my hands and still use my speed coming around the corner. So I say I'm definitely blessed with that, and that's not normal to see.
And using that speed coming off the edge, how are you able to convert that to power?
When you're so explosive and you get off the ball, as especially with a guy like me, a lot of O-linemen wouldn't be thinking about speed and power. So when they see me getting off the ball, they're just assuming I'm trying to work the edge. So once they give me their chest, I'm able to stay low and then put my power into their chest.
Chop, you say you want to run a 4.40, you got this jump goals, you got a number you want to hit there?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to broad drop 11 feet and at least vert 38 to 40.
You done that before?
Yeah, I did.
What about former teammates after the Cardinals win the team? And did you talk to him about that transition position you played and how you feel about that?
I think he's going to do great. To me, he's just a natural guy at football. So wherever you put him, I think he'll make a great impact. We talked here and there. We mainly talked about checking up with each other. We haven't really talked about ball. But I know if he needs some tips, he'll come to me, and I'll also come to him because he's good at passing.
Chop, every time you talk about reps, you talk about ball and competition, you get a smile on your face. What does football mean to you?
It means everything. This game just takes the stress away from me. It leaves me free-minded and at peace.
Do your siblings call you Chop? Or I've seen your parents call you by your don't call you by your nickname, right?
Now they started calling me by my nickname.
Okay, what about your siblings? Do they call you by your first name? Or
my sibling don't call me by my first name. So I have a household name is actually Plump.
Plump.
Yeah, it's Plump, but outside of here is Chop. So I have basically two nicknames, but my household name is Plump. Nobody knows that.
Okay, and only your parents call you by your first name?
Well, the only time they call me by my first name is when I'm in trouble or something.
Yeah.
First and middle name then, right?
Right. And were you like how much did you weigh when you were born? Do you remember what they told you? Was it 11 pounds, 12 pounds? What was it?
When I was born, I was 14 pounds.
14 pounds. Okay. All right.
All right, so now we know why it was Plump, I guess.
Actually, Chop came from that too. So I was 14 pounds when I was born, and my mom gave me the nickname Pork Chop. And then once I got older, I started to slim down, and I couldn't have people call me Pork Chop anymore because I wasn't big, so I just kept it Chop.
And why Plump? But
Because I was also a big baby, so they gave me two nicknames.
Right. The Manny Diaz, what has he done for you, or what do you think about him as a coach?
Manny's a great coach. He's done everything for me. He showed me, he led me the way with his defense and his mindset. He showed me what it takes to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And what I had to do. Just having a coach like that push you to be 1% better every day. It's a blessing to have.
Obviously, people talk about your first step, gaining a lot of ground on the tackle with the first step. Is that something you feel like you always had, from playing other sports, or is it something you worked on more as you got to Penn State?
I definitely say it's something I always had, but once I got to Penn State, I was really able to see how I could really be effective with it. Working with Coach Dion, him just fixing my stands with my hand placement and stuff like that. So just working with him and picking up on little details that helped me be a better player.
Have the Packers interviewed you yet?
Yes, I met with the Packers yesterday. We had a great interview. We talked about ball. I had fun with them. I enjoyed it.
Chop, were there
For
any
a second, what are some of the things that he's told you? Was it talking ball or just talking about life?
It was more of life, just having a routine and just being mentally free. Because if you're stressed about everything, you won't be able to be the player you want to be. You can't play how fast you want to play fast.
Chop, who were some defensive ends that you remember watching growing up and kind of trying to pattern yourself after?
I would say Nick Bosa and TJ Watt. Just watching both of those guys, they're very relentless, very consistent, low pad level. They always give everything they got on every play, so I just try to build my game after those guys.
Chop, Antonio Pierce is a former player. He's a Super Bowl champion. He knows what a Super Bowl winning defensive line looks like. What would it mean for you to be selected by the Raiders and get to know a group that knows what it's like to win championships?
It'll mean everything to me. Having a group of guys with the same mindset that also been through the experience already. So I know that I can look up to those guys, lean on those guys, and become 1% better every day.
And what does it mean to play for a former player like Pierce?
It means a lot. Being on the same team with him, having the same mindset, learning from him, and seeing what it takes to be great just like he is.
How would you describe the scheme you guys ran at Penn State, and where do you feel most comfortable? What technique you feel most comfortable playing in?
I would say that our defense was more just aggressive, get vertical, especially from the defensive standpoint. It was really just trying to get vertical, be disruptive. It was very helpful because Coach Diaz didn't have us thinking, so he just had us play fast.
What is it like to be at this event? I mean, just being able to be drafted potentially, all of that. What are the emotions right now?
It's exciting. It's a dream come true. I've been watching this since I was a kid, since I fell in love with football. But I know I got so much unfinished business, so I'm just getting through the days, taking it one day at a time, and ready to compete.
Have you met with the Falcons yet? And what were those conversations like?
Yes, I met with the Falcons yesterday also. Had a good conversation. We were just talking about ball, enjoying each other, getting to know each other.
What would it mean to fill that need for them at Edge?
It would mean a lot being in Atlanta, also playing with a former Penn Stater, Arnold King, just playing with him and learning from him, learning from his routine and getting better every day.
What was your playing? What did you weigh during the season, this past season? What would you generally weigh?
This past season, I was weighing between 250 and 255, and right now I'm weighing in at 255. It'll be great. You know, I've been watching Von Miller since he was back at Denver. So just I'll be able to learn from him, watch him every day, all the drills, his routine, just pick up on little things so I could be somewhat like him or even better.
How closely do you look at rosters in the NFL to see who is on them already, to see who, like the Buffaloes, who might be working with it? I'm thinking about the Bears too, they have Montez Sweat. So do you look at that rosters, or are you just sort of happy to go wherever?
Honestly, I'm happy for any opportunity that comes my way. I know a lot of the guys from watching them since I was a kid. You know, whatever team picks me, they're going to get the best out of me.
Do you have a favorite defensive end in the league right now, or somebody you look up to?
I'll say Nick Bosa and TJ Watt, those two guys are definitely my favorite. You know, it'll be great being home, being close to home, not so far. Also playing with a former Penn Stater. He was great at Penn State, fast, speedy. So I could just watch him, learn from him, and get 1% better. Honestly, I just see they play with a lot of speed and aggression, kind of how Manny Diaz was. Both of the Ravens DNs just got vertical, try to beat this as much as possible. And that's the type of defense I like.
Match up against Rashawn.
I always went against Olu. You know, he's the best of the best. So going against Olu, he was definitely getting it to me at first. But once I started to learn, we started to talk to each other. He would help me out, I would help him out when he beat me. So it was honestly iron sharpened iron.
What makes Olu so good?
Honestly, Olu is just a freak. He's so athletic. He's just blessed with the ability to do the stuff he does. He has great feet, great hands. He also is so strong. So he's the best of the best.
What's the key to your success?
The key to my success is just being consistent. You know, having a routine, showing up every day, no matter how I feel, just giving everything I got. And that's the main thing. Just being consistent.
You got a chance to describe yourself as a player. What do you say?
I'm definitely relentless. I try to be consistent with my hands, stay with low pad level, keep my hands inside their chest, so no man can move me back.
Sean, what's the biggest thing would you say a franchise is getting if they draft you? Have you met with the Bengals yet?
Yes, I met with the Bengals. And what they're getting out of me is a great guy who shows up every single day, gives everything they got, and trying to get better no matter what's going on. If I feel like I'm doing good, I'm always trying to find a way to get better.
Sean, have you got a chance to talk to the Houston Texans? And if so, what did you think about the big one?
So today I'll be with the Houston Texans, and I'm excited for that meeting. That's my last meeting of the day, so I'm excited to get to it.
Anytime with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, I sat down with the Cardinals yesterday. We had a great meeting talking about Jesse Lucetta and also talking about Boss. I enjoyed it. Yes, I talked to the Bears yesterday also. We talked about ball, had a great meeting, getting to know each other.
Don't they have a putting thing set up in there?
Yeah, I think I did a little putting.
Chuck, when you're rushing the passer and you come off that snap and you're watching your offensive line matchup, what's the one thing you see that they do that lets you know that you're going to win that rep?
Honestly, watching film, I'll pick up on little keys, like a pass key. So if it's a pass, some old lineman will leave their chest high. If it's a pass, so I'll pick up on that key, be able to get off the ball. And I'm always trying to stay half a man, because if you run down the middle of a 350-pound lineman, they're not going to move. So I stay half a man, knowing that they have to shoot their hands to close the space. And once they shoot their hands, I'm just aiming for the outside shoulder. I haven't met with the Ravens yet. But the best part about this week is honestly just being here. It's a blessing, dream come true. Watching the combine since I was a little kid, so now I'm here. It's just a blessing.
What do you remember of that Packers interview? Anything stand out with the Packers?
Are definitely like old school, I would say.
Old school?
Yeah, the way they talk, the way they go about things. I like how it is. We had a great meeting.
Penn State is known for great freak athletes and testing off the charts. What in Penn State's strength and conditioning program allows you to best maximize your speed, your athleticism, and be able to transfer on the field?
I'll honestly say Coach Losi, in a way we also compete as a team. Having guys like Anissa and Denai, you line up against them, you got to give everything you got because we're always trying to beat each other in something. So that honestly make you better, make you faster, make you more conditioned, and just stuff like that.
Job, do you see any of the pre-draft reports on you? Is that something like you try to ignore? And if you're trying to, how hard is it, I guess, not to like see that, if that makes sense?
I really ignored it, especially during the season. I wasn't really on social media. I had somebody else controlling my social media. So I was honestly just focused on school and ball, and that's been my mindset ever since.
Have you met with the Jaguars yet? And if so, what would it be like to play with Trayvon Walker, Josh Allen, those guys already established pass rushers?
I haven't met with them yet. I meet with them today. But I've been watching Josh Allen back in high school when he was in Kentucky. So watching him and then being able to play with him would definitely be a blessing. I'll get 1% better, follow his routine, look up to him in every drill and stuff like that to definitely get better.
Is there a player in the NFL you model your game after, or take aspects of your game to add to your?
I'll say Nick Bosa and TJ Watt. Both of them guys are relentless, consistent, low pad level, great hand usage. So just watching those guys, and you never let somebody in front of them beat them. So I just try to build my game on those guys.
In your play or snap get off, how did you kind of be able to, I guess, incorporate that, use that to your advantage? How did it start for you to be able to get off the ball so fast?
Honestly, just watching film. I watched so much film with my coach, and as a D-line, and I would just pick up on little keys that would help me jump off the ball. I always got it right. I only had one penalty, and that was lining up in the neutral zone. I didn't jump off sides. So my film study, I trusted it. My coach trusted it.
Hey, Chop, do you think the defensive players here are a little underrated? I'm sure you know a lot of them already. Met some more this week, but are we paying too much attention to the offense? And what are you guys going to bring to the board as for the defensive players as a whole here? Are they a little underrated? As we're talking about Caleb Williams and other guys, like what are you guys going to bring to the board of the NFL?
I feel like a lot of guys here are great players. You know, they're going to put on their showcase tomorrow whenever they go. So I wouldn't say they're overrated, but I think some guys definitely deserve more recognition.
Chop, what do you want people to know about your personality by the time this week is over?
I'm just a great guy, and I'm all about ball. My main thing is just ball. When I'm outside of ball, playing video games, I'm just ball, school, video games. I don't really focus on anything else. I just try to be a great player and a great person.
John, what was it like growing up in seven schools?
So it was 10 of us all together. So I had 9 siblings, 6 boys, 4 girls. So it was amazing, honestly. You can never be bored. It's always a fight going on, but you can never be bored. So you don't have to really go outside. You can just go bother your little sister, your older sister, stuff like that. So I definitely cherish every moment with those guys and everybody in my family.
Is there one sibling that kind of pushed you into this spot?
Honestly, I would say everybody. All my siblings, my brothers, my sisters, they always kept me level-headed. They always kept me pushing. They knew that I loved the game, and they loved watching me play, so they never wanted me to get away from it.
Who's your favorite sibling?
My favorite sibling was all of them. We were so close. We just had a great bond with each other. We still are all tight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chop.